Oh. Hey. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's that time of year when signs like this will become immortalized. It is times like this that championship titles are on the arms and hands of wrestling fans from around the world. It is times like this that podcasts aren't recorded or aren't live from their original studios. Because, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, as you can see, we're not live from the same studio. We are live from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. And of course, today is Saturday, April 19th, 2025, which means that we are officially here. We have made it to the granddaddy of them all, because literally in the next 8 hours. So, you know what? Let me just go ahead and say it like this. Ladies and gentlemen, Saturday afternoon's main event is at Wrestlemania. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to episode 17 of the phenomenon known to mankind as Saturday afternoon's main event. If you don't know who I am and this is your first time joining us, whether you are dumb, stupid, blind, or just plain irrelevant, I suggest you go back to school and go into your local library. Get the biggest dictionary you can find, preferably Merriam-Webster, and look me up under the word phenomenal. Ladies and gentlemen, it is I, the phenomenal one, and here on this special episode of Same, I'm not alone, because of course, on my co-host, my brother from another mother and dimension, the one and only limousine riding, jet flying, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, son of a gun, who is not having a hard time holding his alligators down. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, on this special episode of Same, give me 2 claps and a peep snake.
Woo! Yes.
There we go.
That one had some life to it. That one had some vigor to it. That had gumption. That had WrestleMania energy. Yes.
Woo! Talk about it, peeps.
I'm telling you, we are ready to give you guys, the fans that watch our show, everything you've been asking for in our special show. Peeps. It's a show that we usually do before WrestleMania. Yes.
Absolutely. Last good times on all the wrestling news possible. I got somebody's knocking. Peeps, just give them the handles, please.
I definitely will. So you handle the door. Right now, for those that want to get in contact with us for our show, get it as Instagram. It is Saturday afternoon _main event. If you want to join us on X, it's at Saturday Main. If you want to get to us at TikTok, it is Saturday Afternoons ME. And of course, as we usually do, laughs, good times, and all the wrestling news possible. The 3 tenets of a great Saturday afternoon. And of course, how did
Uncle Triple C, look at him, that piece of hot stuff.
Are you serious?
This is great. 411 Uncle Triple C, folks, welcome. Because once again, let me get this chair and show that piece of hot garbage you call phenomenal one. You absolutely thought you was doing this show by yourself. But folks, I have my pristine colleague, Mr. 411 here live. To those main events. Folks, I am your own Triple C. Folks, stay with me
because I know all you guys know this. Under the umbrella of the Uncle Triple C era, I am live with Mr. 401. You see?
It's amazing to be here, Uncle Triple C, of course, as always. And by the way, there is a little caveat here today, okay? There was an agreement, no physicality, okay?
When? What the hell? What? You come to my hotel room during my showtime.
Why not? Oh, by the way.
I don't even think I even let you guys in.
Oh, by the way, thank you to my sister, because that's how I found out where you're staying at, because I had to do a little white lie. I had to tell her that we would reconcile just so I could get his hotel and his room number to find out exactly where he's going to stay.
Son of a...
You gotta be kidding me.
Shut your mouth.
He's handling it well. What do you think?
I think so too. Mr. 41, it is so great to see you here in live with me in flesh on Saturday afternoons, man.
I almost forgot.
I got it. Oh, Big Snake, you're here.
Yeah. Okay. So, are you guys finished doing what you're doing right now? Can we get to what we're actually supposed to be? How the hell did you got? You know what? I'm gonna remain composed.
Yeah, you be careful.
As I always say, I try to be as professional as humanly possible. I have no idea if you guys even know what professional is, but we're gonna put that to the side because it's bigger than us. This is about WrestleMania weekend. So if my co-host is there and he's composed himself, phenomenal one. You got this. You got this. You got this. Let's actually do what we usually do. And as I said at the top of the show, laughs, good times, and all the wrestling news possible. I don't know how we're going to get the last part, but let's get the fans what they've been asking for, and that is a good show.
I'm laughing. I'm smiling. It's a good time.
More importantly, the people at home are smiling, okay?
Can you two please just shut the hell up?
Do you need a hug?
Yeah, right.
Don't even think about it. Keep your hands away from me.
Mr. 411. See you.
Man.
It's going to be one of those shows, folks.
You shut your mouth, Nate. We'll show up at your face.
Oh, brother. Anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, aside from these two ass clowns sitting right beside me, like we said, we're here to give you laughs, good times, and all the wrestling news possible. Unlike any other show that we usually do throughout the year, of course, we know that Stand and Deliver is literally in a couple of minutes. We know that WrestleMania is in a couple of hours. So we're only just going to go ahead and cover predictions for both of those shows. So look, without further ado, peeps, let's go ahead and get right into Stand and Deliver, right?
Yes, let's do it.
All right, perfect. Well, look, peeps, of course, stat card at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. I don't even know what to go ahead and do right now with these two.
Do you have issues?
Be professional.
Yeah, I really do. I really do.
Well, as you're trying to figure things out, what has always been a staple here on Saturday afternoon's main event, of course, guys, you may not know this, but there's other beverage in here, and for early in the morning here, it's 9 o'clock Pacific time. I know it's 12 o'clock East Coast Standard Time and all the other times, whatever. Oh, that's it? Oh, well, Mr. 401, a toast to you and me as we are going to be sitting in our suite on the grandest spectacle of this business we call WrestleMania. But one thing for sure is that now in flesh, you are still a piece of hot garbage. You call Phenomenal One.
Oh, hi, house show curtain jerker.
Oh yeah, he thinks.
Can we get to the show, please?
Yes.
Oh, good grief.
I think it's fair to only do that, peeps. Look, when it comes down to the metaphor versus fatal influence versus Tatum Paisley and Gigi Dolan and versus Roxanne and Cora. Of course, we know this is a fatal four-way tag team elimination match. Who will determine the number one contender for the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions.
He sounds rattled.
Yeah, he really does.
Shut up! Now, peeps, just to ask you, who do you feel is going over within this match?
Well, Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade have been getting really good pushes, especially with Roxanne being pushed, giving a pseudo push on the main roster, and Cora Jade getting a push in TNA, as they've been using her a lot as that kind of talent exchange, so to speak, between herself, NXT, and TNA. So if we're looking at trying to get a push for a particular tag team at gold on a main roster bid at some point, then you would probably look at Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez. Metaphor has probably grown more so than any of the four tag teams in this match, but I think that it's going to be Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. I just because I think that the main roster push for both of them is going to be stronger. So that's what I'm thinking.
Well, you two, instead of acting like petulant children, actually sit down and do a show.
Huh? We're being professional.
Yeah, no, you're not. Okay, well, I'll ask you, Mr. 411, who do you think is going over in this match?
More importantly, which one's coming to my hotel room after this?
You know,
Right.
listen, I heard Cora Jade maybe entering your room
okay.
later on after WrestleMania. I mean, but you know, she has to be professional, so she can't be there right now after WrestleMania. You know,
No, you two just shut it. Next match, peeps. Ladder match for the vacant NXT Women's North American Championship. Of course, Izzy Dame, Lola Vice, Thea Hale, Kalani Jordan, Sol Ruka, and Zarya. If you ask me, I'm sitting there and I'm really thinking for a good second that Kalani may go ahead and get this chance to reclaim her NXT Women's North American Championship. How do you feel about this, Uncle Triple C? Who do you think is going to win this match?
well, first of all, I'll just say this: it really doesn't matter your question that you're asking me, but for the sake of the people, that is sunny out here.
What a view. What a view.
Yeah, you actually have a decent view here.
Yeah.
Not bad. But as far as the nondescript question, I'll say this. I think Zarya, to me, she's been, I feel, not utilized the correct way. I think that she should be a monster. I think giving her the title now, I think you can push her as a monster. We'll see what happens later on today. Watch it in a little while.
Peeps, look, from there, who do you think is going over real quickly?
I'm actually going to say that Lola Vice, and the only reason why I say that is because I think this is her time to shine, even though she's had some near falls as far as what they plan on doing and who she is and how she has been. I think this on this stage would be the reward for a lot of the things that she's done. So I'm going with Lola Vice on that one.
Her ass is over with me all day.
All day, every day.
Oh, yeah. Let's go, Lola.
Chandler Laguerre says, get this guy out of here. You know what? Get the both of them out of here.
I don't think he's talking about us.
I genuinely do.
He said, get this guy. So
I think he's
we
talking
came as a
about you.
team. So
Yeah,
I think he's talking about you.
No, I genuinely think he's
Because
talking
you
about
are a hot piece of garbage.
you showed up to my hotel room.
Shout out Damon Days in the house.
Of course. 'Cause Damon says, woo.
Woo!
He says, loving Las Vegas right now. Max Lewis is in here. He says, I'm proud to say I'm in Las Vegas for my 6th-time WrestleMania event.
You're sick. Welcome to Uncle Triple C and Mr. 411 on Saturday afternoon's main event in Las Vegas. Oh yeah, hot garbage is apparently here too.
Jaden Nader Productions says no. Jaden, I feel you. I understand.
Jaden Nader Productions.
Who is that? What is that?
Yeah, what is that?
kind of?
Yeah.
It's like a
Yeah,
You two shut up.
like a 3-year-old.
right.
Peeps, next match. Of course, fatal
Yes.
four-way for the NXT Women's Championship. Valkyrie, Julia, Grace, and Jada Parker. I think Jada Parker's now party. time for a
The
new
push has been there. I think Julia, who believe dropped the championship because she had some kind of an injury, she's back. She's healthy enough. Does Stephanie Vaquer have a short title reign to bequeath the belt back to Julia? Does Jordan Grace actually say this is her time? I don't think Jordan Grace is winning now. It's too soon. If they do go with Jada Parker, it's the belief that Jada is ready to run with the ball in what would likely be one of maybe 2 title reigns if she does get that championship. The build has been organic. The fans have been behind her. I think Jada can be ready. I just have a feeling that they may go back to Julia. That's what I'm thinking. So I believe Julia is going to probably come back out of this with the win.
Julia. Okay, no problem. Well, look, from there, we move to the next one. Nathan Frazier and Axiom, of course, versus Hank and Tank. Tag team match for the NXT Tag Team Championships. I think we know where this is going to be going, Peep. So you can pencil me down for Nathan Frazier and Axiom.
Okay.
I mean, why should Peep Snakes pencil you down for anything? For what?
He's my co-host, and he's the one that keeps track of all of this. Something that you obviously don't know nothing about.
What is this sign anyway?
Does Nate even
Stop
know?
touching the sign.
Nate,
Just-
do you even know where you are right now? Where are you, Nate?
I am where I usually do the show, right here.
Okay,
He's there.
just checking on him, you know?
Yeah.
Because he's
Yes.
so old.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm still here. I'm still alive.
What time does your nurse arrive to change your diapers?
Anyway, those veiled insults do nothing to me because we got a show to do. I'm going to just keep it moving. As far as the tag team championship match, Hank and Tank showed something in that gauntlet match that they had on NXT on Tuesday that they look probably the best that they've looked since they've been in the company. Does Nathan Frazier and Axiom lose the belts at Stand and Deliver to kind of pass the torch along to the good story of Tank and Hank? Somehow, I don't see it. I think Fraxium is winning. But the story is there, the way that they've built it. I think that Hank and Tank is doing what they need to do to get themselves over, to get that extra oomph. And if you believe in the story that they've been telling, that they would win, but I just don't think Fraxium is going to lose today.
Oh, he's done? Thank God.
Oh man, finally.
Well, what do you think, Chris? What do you think? Who do you think is going to win this match?
One of those people.
What great insight from my tag team partner,
You know,
Mr. 4-1-1.
My monitor went blank. I didn't see the finish.
It's Ricky Starks versus Page singles match
Starks?
for NXT.
Ricky Starks? Listen, it just goes to show once again,
Oh.
my boy.
I think you should show the people the picture.
Huh?
I think the people need to see the picture.
You know,
Yeah.
yes, I think the people do need to see the picture of Ricky Saints with me.
Yes.
Yo, go! Because I did see Ricky Saints yesterday, and what a great gentleman. Ricky Saints, not Ricky Starks. I don't even know who Ricky Starks is. I'll find it on my phone.
Water.
Yeah, just drink up.
He's not drinking, right? He better not drink.
Yeah, he better not drink. I agree.
Keeps drink.
Drink. What?
Stop touching my freaking.
Hey, stop drinking! Stop drinking! You don't need to drink.
I will drink when I feel like drinking. There you go.
By the way, it's come to our attention that the people love Uncle Triple C, okay? And that's just the reality. And this guy can't handle that, clearly.
No.
The ego.
I mean, it's amazing what ego this guy has. What a disgrace.
Keeps pencil me down for Ricky Saints to retain the NXT North American Championship.
I've got Saints winning this match also.
Good.
Big title defense.
Agreed.
First big card, first premium live event in WWE for him. And I believe he's going to be successful.
Indeed. Next match, of course, the D'Angelo family, who I had the prestigious honor of meeting Tony D'Angelo yesterday. While somebody talks about Ricky Saints, for God's sakes. Anywho, yes, He even asked me to be a part of the family. How nice. Prestigious intrigue, gentlemen. But you know what?
As the show
Beyond
car,
everything else.
he's gonna drive them around.
I love that one. That's great.
The D'Angelo family versus the newly acclaimed Dark State. Peeps, if this is that coming out party for Dark State, I feel that there is a good chance that they are the ones that are going to be defeating the D'Angelo family. So pencil me in for the Dark State.
Yes, Dark State. For them to get this over, you have to have them win matches. So if this is the first big time match for them as a group, they have to win this initial match and this initial offering on this big show. It has to be them and only them.
Indeed, indeed. Well, look, last match of the night, or afternoon, I should go ahead and say, here in Las Vegas. Obafemi, Trick Williams, Javon Evans, triple threat match for the NXT title. I've been saying this for weeks, and I still feel that this is going to happen. They are going to swerve us. They are going to try to hoodwink us, but in the eyes of the phenomenal one, I feel that Trick Williams will win back the NXT Championship with the help of the faction that he is the head of, Dark State.
Yes.
Well, I have a question off of that prediction. When is it time, if he's going to win that title, for him to appear on the main roster? Isn't that long overdue?
I believe it's long overdue. But then
Why
again,
is he still there?
maybe does he have anything else to prove in NXT?
No.
I thought that Obafemi is doing a fantastic job in NXT, and like you said, just like Carmelo Hayes a couple of years ago, actually a couple of years last year, right. I just think it's time for Trick to move to the main roster. But then again, look the way Carmelo's been used. I mean, granted, I know he won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal yesterday.
They don't know what to do.
But I don't think they know what they're doing, which is surprising under the Triple H regime or era, I should say.
And Melo does miss.
Yeah.
Miz is a
Bad name for a tag team, that's for sure.
As
As far as Trick goes, yeah, I agree. I think the reason why he's there is that he's had a good face run after the split with himself and Carmelo. This is now, I think, before he goes to the main roster, he's done a little bit of tweener, kind of bordering in. I think now for him, the last section of his character is to work as a heel. Are they going to make him a monster heel as the leader of this group, which is what we're thinking? At least that's what I'm thinking, and a lot of other people are thinking. But if that's the case, I believe the Dark State is going to be helping Trick win this match and win that championship.
Indeed. Well,
See, if Trick Williams were white, he'd be on the main roster already.
Oh boy.
James, what did we do to deserve these individuals?
Plenty, because the people wanted to see Mr. 411 and Uncle Triple C on Saturday afternoon's main event. Oh, and by the way, thank you for asking for my prediction. I think Oba retains the title. But anyway.
Okay. It's nice that you're actually giving your opinion since you've been giving your opinions all show. I figured you would go ahead and give your opinion.
Yeah, you can't touch me, right? You can't. Doofus.
Like I said, phenomenal one. You got this.
Shut up.
You got this.
Peeps.
You are still a piece of hot garbage.
Seems like the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, right?
Who's checking in? Who's checking in over here? What do we got going on here? What people
Seems like we don't have much questions today, but we do have one here from Jadenator Productions. He says, here's my question. Who do you think Randy Orton will face at Mania? And by the way, here's how I think Santino would say your names. Mr. 911, The Peeps Nature, Uncle Double P, and the Abdominal One.
I could actually see that.
You know,
That's crazy. I could actually see that.
I foresee Jade Native Productions going out of business.
I believe so too.
Yeah.
Because, or unless he must be on the payroll here on Saturday afternoon's main event, which I'm not sure about.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well.
What is that?
Chapter 7.
Bankruptcy. H. Phenomenal one.
Yeah, Nate, you know what that's about.
Oh boy.
You ain't got no job.
Ugh.
No kind of money either.
Let's go ahead and continue the show.
We
Let's
have
at least get the rest of the show in.
we have one from Damon Days. He says, Khan, you should be ashamed of yourself. You were supposed to be here. Max Lewis says, Khan, when will you come out of the closet and take a plane trip to a WWE event?
Wow. There's a closet.
Wow.
Peeps,
Wow,
there's something you're not telling me.
Wow.
I don't do planes. That's just me. So
Really?
I'm not
there
talking
you
about
go.
the planes, I'm talking about the closet comment. What is he referring to here?
Wow.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Personal issue there.
That's all right, Nate. We don't judge you. You know what?
Yeah.
You know what Nate says? Sometimes I feel like a nut. Sometimes I don't.
In any event, let's continue this show. And right now, it's not about any of us. We've all said before, it's always about the people that are watching this show and about WrestleMania this weekend, and
Right.
all of our predictions that we usually would get to just before WrestleMania, especially with 2 days worth
Nate,
of
you know what my goal is this
insane
weekend?
stuff.
My goal this weekend is to impregnate as many hookers as possible.
Oh, wow.
I guess that's why you're on the strip. Good grief.
That's Anywho, let's go ahead and get into the next half of the show. Of course, our predictions for tonight and tomorrow's WrestleMania 41 event, hailing at Allegiant Stadium, not too far from the Strip here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Peeps, of course, night one.
Yes.
We know that this match is going to be starting off the show. Gunther, Jey Uso, World Heavyweight title. I think this is going to be what kicks off the show and what sets the tone. I feel that this match is going to go ahead and carry forth what we should be expecting from this year's Mania. So pencil me in for main event Jey Uso to win the World Heavyweight Championship from Gunther.
Yes.
And
I don't think
Ahead-
there's any other thing that's going to happen with that.
to solidify it, 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet.
Yeet.
There we go. peeps. There we go.
Since you say I didn't get to your opinions about this, I will throw it over to the uncle. What do you think? Who do you think is going to win this match?
Well,
It doesn't matter. Next.
Oh, how
dare you?
and he drinks afterwards.
What a
Thank you,
piece
Peeps.
of garbage.
Thank you.
You know what?
Thank
That's why in all these years he's never even moved up to mid card status.
No, still independent.
He stays with
Phenomenal one. Like I said, you got this. You got this.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad to know that you're by my side on this. Unlike
Yes.
one person last
He's
week.
in alligator boots, more like Crocs.
Peeps. Next match. Tag team match for the World Tag Team Championship. The War Raiders versus the New Day. I think to solidify the New Day as this new heel faction, to solidify the New Day as what they are now currently, they have to go ahead and win this match. So pencil me in for the New Day.
You know, the odd thing is about the New Day is that Triple H and the WWE seem to have really dropped the ball with the New Day since they initially turned heel. From all of the momentum that they had going in, especially after how they treated Big E. I think a lot of people, including us, thought that by WrestleMania, Big E would factor somehow in this. I don't see Big E at all anywhere in this unless there's something that they are working on. But as far as that momentum that they had going in, it seems like they lost a lot of it as far as that goes. Can I see the War Raiders losing the belts? Yes, I can see it happening. But if they're going to do that, I think that they need to have maybe that Big E connection kind of get into the match and help out.
See, that's the question I have going into this. Yes, granted, you're right about that. New Day, even the War Raiders, since they won the tag titles, what have they done? It's like everything's on the back burner because of Mania, to be honest with you. They can only focus on so many things, so many storylines, and that's the question tonight. Does Big E come back tonight? to do something. Is that possible in the finish?
Well, look, for me, like I said, give me the New Day. I don't think Biggie comes back. If Biggie were to come back, it would have to be then in the sense that the Warriors would go ahead and end up retaining. For me, I thought there was a good chance that the Royal Rumble would have been the chance for Biggie to come back with the new version of the New Day being in the Rumble. But being that didn't happen, I don't think Biggie's going into the ring. I don't think he's touching anything within this match. So just give me the New Day to win. Slate it out clean like that.
It's sad. It comes across as a throwaway match. It's just
indeed when
almost, yeah.
And when Aldis says that the SmackDown tag titles will be defended in a TLC match next week instead of being on the WrestleMania card, when we know how TLC is so magnified when it comes to a WrestleMania card, it's absurd. I'm still kind of skeptical about this build to WrestleMania, even on the day of. But still, we have time to go ahead and see what they go ahead and pull out of the rabbit hat, right, peeps?
There you go. There you go.
Hey, well, look, from there, here's a match that we don't know will happen tonight or not. Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano.
Yes.
not Chad Gable.
No.
Yeah.
Of course, we know that Mysterio seemed to be injured last night on SmackDown. We don't know what the severity of the injury is. We don't know what the calamity is.
Who cares? It's a deadbeat guy.
Thank you very much, Mr. 411. Please. Next. Who cares? Not our problem.
I'm running the predictions here, so you can just sit down.
Shit?
We're gonna shit?
We're gonna shit? Huh?
I can't even get it out. Better tough showmances for him. Not one of your better performances.
No.
What a curse. You know what? Maybe we should delete. Well, we'll just delete him in general.
I agree.
Okay. Delete.
Saturday afternoon's main event. Uncle Triple C, Mr. 401. Two house show curtain jerkers.
Right. Independent.
Right.
Peeps, if this match does happen, I got a El Grande Americano going ahead and going over. But that's just if this match happens. We don't know what will happen once we get down to showtime. But like I said, pencil me in for him.
Gotcha.
Look, we can go ahead and move on to the next match. Cargill, Naomi.
Oh, okay. I'm into this, man.
Yes.
Real storyline push, a real match for the women's side. The first women's singles match in WrestleMania history to be a definitive singles match without a stipulation or a title behind it. And the fact that it's two black women going ahead and having this match is just another version of history. Now, peeps, is this going to be Jade Cargill's time to shine? Or is it going to be Naomi's time to go ahead and solidify this heel run? For me, with this being Jade's first WrestleMania singles match, give me Jade Cargill.
Okay.
See, when you put this storyline as they have, and they've done a really good job with it, granted, you want to see the hero win, but I feel like Naomi losing only ends her great push that she's been given. I feel like she has to win this match and cheat to do it. So there's got to be a continuation, and then we get a return match, and then we get a feud that builds up. You don't get a feud if Jade wins this match.
Agreed. I definitely agree with Mr. 401 on that one. I think that, to you guys' point.
Thanks, brother.
You go ahead, Mr. 401. I mean, even though it's his water, but who cares? But, anytime. As far as Jade goes, I think that Jade, she doesn't need to win. I mean, right now, early, like you said, Mr. 401, early in this feud, I think Naomi going over will not only enhance Naomi, but it will, give Jade something to continue to chase. Now, there's more layers probably to this because it was very interesting last night while Rhea, Io, and Bianca were in the ring. You heard some boos for Bianca. Don't know if it's the beginning, of possibly a heel turn, but it was interesting when Naomi came to the ring. I would say Naomi came to the ring. They, finally Naomi and Bianca since their fallout, and Naomi was basically saying, "Hey, where were you? You haven't been there for me," and all of that. And when Jade came out, Naomi left the ring, but Jade was basically almost reading lips, saying, "Hey, almost like why are you letting her go?" So there could be something down the road. I don't think this story is finished. I think there could be more layers or more twists and turns that may be coming out of this story. But
Yeah.
I am happy.
And the audacity of these people here in Vegas to boo my girl Bianca Belair. How dare you?
Agree. And by the way, I think that she will become once again the Raw Women's Champion. I know that's going to be the next.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that later.
Yeah,
that's right. We can talk about her again.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, great. Yeah,
sounds good.
Next match, peeps. LA Knight, Jacob Fatu. Give me Jacob Fatu.
I think we all agree on Jacob Fatu is going to become the new U.S. champion. I would think so.
It's crazy to think how over LA Knight still is, no matter how much they've kind of, hey, you're here, we're going to put a title on you.
Right.
But Jacob is just as over as you. We don't know what to do. There's a lot of we don't know what to do.
Right.
Let's be fair, because right now, so many people are clicking on all cylinders. And it's tough. It's got to be tough for them in those booking meetings. And like, what do we do with these people? So, but again, can this be a feud? This can be a feud. Remember, LA Knight gets a win back at some point.
Right. Agreed.
Because you can't. LA Knight's not going away. The fans are still chanting the way they did day one when this started.
Right.
Yes. And it's even more interesting that they're able to keep this momentum up with the rash of injuries WWE's been hit with over the last, say, 2 or 3 months going into WrestleMania. So they had to call it audible with some of these matches, and they're still billed for a lot of them. So
right. You're absolutely right. We have a fan here who chimed in. Milton Reed. He says, Fatu. Seems like everybody's gunning for Jacob Fatu.
Is special. Jacob Fatu is special. There you go.
Indeed. Well, look, the 6th match on the card here, which is a match that I wasn't excited for, but now that the time has come for it to happen, I'm genuinely excited to see how the match will go ahead and unfold. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair for the WWE Women's Championship tonight.
You know, real quick though, before you say that, you are so lucky because of the no physicality,
right?
That the Uncle Triple C doesn't dog walk your ass like Jacob Fatu.
You see that, my boy, Mr. 411.
Can Statler and Waldorf stop their show and continue on and let my partner actually speak? Go right on ahead. Phenomenal one. Go right on ahead.
Thank you, peeps.
For
me, give me Tiffany Stratton to go ahead and retain. I feel that Charlotte genuinely doesn't need to win here. If she wins, it just goes to show what the fans have been saying the whole time. It goes to show what Tiffany has said in previous moments about being a Nepo baby. It proves to everyone what the facade behind Charlotte Flair is. When in reality, this match is all about Tiffany Stratton. This match needs to be the highlight of Tiffany Stratton's early career, being a women's champion, but not only that, being able to say that she defeated Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania for her title is just another grand case for the soon-to-be Hall of Fame career that Tiffany Stratton is eclipsing. So give me Tiffany Stratton. Peeps, are you feeling?
No, we don't care about Peeps. We care about Uncle Triple C. What do you got to
say? Thank you, Mr. 401. I think that Tiffany is going to retain her title for once. This hot garbage actually made some kind of sense here. So I think Tiffany will retain. Charlotte does not need the dub, and we'll see what happens. But I think Tiffany needs that career-defining moment. Granted, her cash-in to me was, I think, the best cash-in that I've ever seen. To be honest with you, but I think she needs, because Flair doesn't, Charlotte doesn't need it. So I think Tiffany needs a defining match, and I think tonight she'll take care of business. I think she'll deliver.
Him being right is the equivalent of the sun shining on a dog's ass.
Oh, you got that right.
or you know they say a broken clock is right twice a day.
Right? Hey, listen, we start at 12 Eastern Standard Time, so he was actually right for once. Well, he ain't gonna be. Well, are you even going to WrestleMania today?
Yeah.
I don't care if you're going to WrestleMania tonight. I just know that me and Mr. Ford will be in a suite.
Yes.
In Las Vegas.
Oh, beautiful. A suite. Meanwhile, I'll be ringside on the floor. So what are we saying here? Nothing. Shut your damn mouth.
But I'm eating for free, drinking for free.
He's so angry today.
Yeah. Do you need a hug? Please. Anyway, next match on the card, I believe, is the main event. Is it not? Oh,
Yes, it is. The main event of night one.
Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, headlining tonight's night one, CM Punk's first main event of WrestleMania. Mr. 401,
Yes.
let me start with you.
Thank you, sir.
What are your thoughts going in? Seth's promo last night, everything that took place throughout the whole build. What do you think is going to happen tonight?
Here's the best part about tonight. We don't know. We don't know, and I love that we don't know. I love that we're going to go and we're going to watch this like a movie and sit back and just see how everything transpires and see the finish we get. And this is an incredible ride. I love this. I don't even have a prediction just because I'm so excited to see what happens here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what direction they're going to go.
Mr. 401, always giving you the insight here on Saturday afternoon's main
The
event.
insights. He didn't even make a prediction.
He doesn't need to make a prediction because that
Shut up. Just shut up, peeps.
He yells a lot.
Yes, he does.
We pencil in predictions, right?
Yes.
I've been seeing this for the last couple of weeks. Give me Seth Rollins.
Yes.
He's
You
been the
have
dark
Seth.
horse out of all of this. Of course, we know CM Punk and Roman Reigns are on a collision course with Paul Heyman. We know that CM Punk will be accompanied by Paul Heyman to the ring tonight in the main event. We know what the history is for Paul between Roman and Punk. But we still have yet to know what the history is between him and Seth, because Seth did say to him, now you owe me a favor. And do we know what this favor is? No, we don't. We haven't heard anything about it. But here it is. The main event of WrestleMania is tonight. Like I said, give me Seth Rollins. Whatever happens after, happens after. But all I know is that the person who's going to be standing tall at the end of the night is one Seth freaking Rollins.
Well, I disagree. I think CM Punk is going to win tonight. It's his first main event. Obviously, stories with Paul Heyman and CM Punk. I think that we've yet to have the feud with Punk and Roman Reigns, even though that this is going to be a triple threat match. But I think Punk and Reigns, they have way more layers because I think Punk and Rollins is done as far as their feud goes. So I think we're going to head towards Punk and Reigns for the rest of the summer. So I think Punk goes over tonight.
And I think that if you're looking at it from that standpoint as well, who is at the end of the night going to feel the most pain from a loss on camera? Would it be CM Punk losing the main event of his only main event at WrestleMania? Would it be Seth Rollins, who has been in the main event of WrestleMania before, has won championships at WrestleMania? Or would it be Roman Reigns, who I think has the most emotionally, the most to lose? Because he could lose his match, lose another main event, but also he would lose his wise man to either Punk or to Rollins. And I think that's the story that they're telling. This is basically the best part of Paul Heyman on a pole match. That's what this seems to be across, if you're going to kind of break it down to its core of what the stipulation is. And I think Seth is going to come out of this because from his pipe bomb interview that he did yesterday, that spoiler alert, so to speak, I think is the tenet that he's trying to get at.
Absolutely. And when it comes to Roman Reigns, I mean, I feel that it is now getting to that point where he's going to go ahead and get himself back into the main event next year. I feel that that match that you've been talking about so much, peeps, Cody Roman 3, is being alluded to here. Remember WrestleMania 39 when Cody had said to Roman a couple of weeks out from the main event that, oh, when I take that title off of you, you're going to be a chief without a tribe. Remember that? Remember He said, Jay's going to leave you, then Jimmy's going to leave you, then Solo's going to leave you, and then your wise man will just become once more a special advocate. And it seems like right now, the way that Cody trended in that direction is happening just so. First it was Jimmy, then it was Jay, then it was Solo, and now, in the main event of WrestleMania in the year 2025, 2 years removed from that main event at WrestleMania 39, here is Paul Heyman accompanying CM Punk to the ring. So now I feel that Roman genuinely doesn't deserve to win this year. Yes, him getting the main event spot on a Saturday is perfect. It works, but still, I see a lot in the Tribal Chief's future. So we'll just have to wait and see on that. But like I said, one person says CM Punk, I say Seth. Peeps, we'll see what happens tonight.
Yes.
But
and notice nobody thinks Roman is coming out of this winning. I find that interesting.
He genuinely doesn't need to. I mean, does he? You know,
A man without a tribe, like a phenomenal one without a show.
obviously I have. Right?
For now.
Yeah, all right.
Where are your papers again?
Sorry?
Where's your papers?
Excuse me?
Where's your papers?
It's interesting you say that.
I don't give a crap. It's up your ass and around the corner. Shut up.
He's so angry. He's a hunk.
Anywho, night 2, peeps. We know it's kicking off the show, the triple threat match for the Women's World Championship.
Before we get to night 2, let me just say this. Next week, Saturday afternoon's main event, I will have a special announcement. Next week, live on Saturday afternoon's main event. But night 2, first match.
Peeps, give me Bianca Belair. Write it down. She has the streak going. Rhea Ripley, does she need this win? No. Io Sky, she's already champion. I feel like the whole thing with Io Sky adding her into the mix was just to have her in the mix. Transitional champion, for so to say.
That's sad.
It sucks.
I don't like that. I don't
It
like
sucks.
Yeah.
Because genuinely, I never wanted that for Io.
That's what it feels like, though.
Genuinely, she's just the third wheel to this. If we saw last night, the go-home show, the last show before literally their match on Sunday, you have Naomi and Jade brawling it out. You have Rhea and Bianca brawling it out. And there's Io just there looking at those 4 women duke it out.
So what if that would be the greatest shock of the weekend then? Her winning the match.
Then that would go ahead and put a hold on Bianca Belair's current streak at WrestleMania. I feel that we haven't been talking about the streak as much. No one has been talking about the streak. We haven't been talking about streaks since Taker lost his nearly 11 years ago. So now to sit there and say that there's a woman now who is literally
6-0 now. Right?
6-0 at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And now looking to see if she can go ahead and get 7, knowing that there's a lot of wrestling fans who catch on to that and knowing that there's a lot of people who see it happening. Give me Bianca Belair.
And there's also a scenario that even if Bianca doesn't win, and my thought process is not every match is going to go the way most of us think. I'm going to be the one that goes out on a limb and actually says that Io wins. And I think what may actually happen is I think Naomi is going to play in somewhere in this match. Who would be the one that would take the fall? Not necessarily Bianca, but Rhea. And have Naomi come in, interfere somehow. It costs one of those two the match, but then eventually we see something happening where we know that Jade is trying to figure out who to side with, and it's Bianca and Naomi potentially teaming up against Jade down the road. But that would be something that would work on there if they wanted to go that route, because as was pointed out, the fans are starting to boo Bianca now. Bianca is starting to look heelish now. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case.
Absolutely, peeps. Well, look, from there we can move on to the next match. Tag team match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Bayley and the Intercontinental Women's Champion, Lyra Valkyria, which is absurd to me why she wouldn't be defending that title at said WrestleMania. But for some reason, they put her in a tag match.
Tony Khan would have her working twice.
You got that right.
Wow.
Yes.
Defending.
I digress. But, peeps, once more, give me Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez to retain.
Okay.
I wanted to say this about Lyra Valkyria.
Yeah.
Her match this past week on Raw, the way she works in the ring, she works like a guy for starters. The way the chain wrestling, the stuff she did with Natty, Natalia, incredible work. Like, you watch her and you're just taken aback by it. Like, you don't see that kind of chain wrestling anymore. It's just like it's reminiscent of like the British Bulldogs back in the day.
Right.
And I love watching her work. Such an honor.
Which is why
Dare say like Dynamite Kid in that sense. Very, very underrated. And for that reason, I actually think that Bayley and Valkyria are going to win the belts. I think that they've been pushing Lyra and giving her sort of a monster push, a well-deserved monster push. And this would be Lyra's WrestleMania moment. So I think that was with the case, even with Bayley attached, to give it legitimacy. So I think that's what's going to happen.
So you would have Lyra win one half of the women's tag team titles and be also women's intercontinental champion. So
it's not like there isn't any precedence before with somebody having two belts and having two belts at WrestleMania. It's been done before. And I can see if they're really pushing, if they're really pushing Lyra, I think the thought process is she can handle tag team wrestling and the singles championship, which means one of those belts is not going to be a long-lived title reign. So I can see that.
But Nate, see, we're all talking about Lyra's matches, but I think it's time we start to see some character development with her. She's been putting out good match after good match. Even the match a couple of weeks ago with Bayley. I mean, I thought that was one of the probably her best match up to date. But I think that we're gonna have to begin to see some kind of character development with her now, because I know the crowd do her her theme song with the woo, and all of that, but we need something more with Lyra as far as character wise.
And maybe that's that teaming her with Bayley is to help her develop that going forward.
All right.
We'll see then.
Which is going to lead to an eventual turn by somebody.
Right.
The turn
always. Always.
From there, next match, AJ Styles, Logan Paul. As much as it's been
the show stealer.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
That will be an amazing match from both individuals. When it comes down to who goes over, I look at when it comes down to how many wins both individuals have at WrestleMania. If we look at it correctly, AJ Styles' track record at WrestleMania isn't as good.
He's the real phenomenal one, by the way. Not this.
Agreed. Is that where you got that name from? Phenomenal one? So you're not even original, are you?
What a ripoff.
Oh, man. Independent.
He's a fraud.
Wow. I need to get AJ here. Man.
Peeps, give me AJ Styles. I just want to scurry through the rest of this just so these two get the hell out of my hotel.
Does he have anything in the fridge?
You better not even go into my fridge.
Like you've said about AJ and Paul will probably steal the show. One of those matches that people are not looking at as going to be a really good match. But Logan Paul gets it.
So here's the deal with this match. This is Tony Khan's wet dream. He's going to the fridge.
Well. What do we have here? Oh, this is great.
Oh, that's some vodka right there. So, Nate, I wanted to tell you that this is Tony Khan's wet dream match. You'll be watching this one going, oh my God, why is this not on my TV?
Pretty much.
Because AJ, I don't know, we'll see. But I think it's going to be incredible. And clearly Logan Paul's going to go over.
This is all you can afford? This small bottle?
Right, Nate? Logan Paul's winning, right?
Logan Paul is winning. I think they're pushing Logan at WrestleMania. He has some of the most incredible moments of the last couple of years. And I think he's going to add to that at WrestleMania.
Well, it's great to drink somebody else's vodka. Those look like, it's a small bottle. But anyway, just so you know, a toast to everybody watching and a toast to Mr. 411 and a toast to the fact that, YouTube be fiction. You are still a piece of hot garbage. Hit me.
Yeah, hit him.
Okay, next match.
Fatal four-way match for the WWE Intercontinental title. Peeps, all four men have a reliable chance of winning.
I think mine is better.
It's amazing how many triple threat and four-way matches are on both nights.
Is it too much? That's a question.
Yes.
A lot of purists are going to say too much. Just to get everybody a payday, right? Isn't that the goal?
Yes.
A little too much.
But in the end, when it comes down to who walks out Intercontinental Champion, I would have to say that it comes down to either two members of the Judgment Day. It can either be Finn Balor or it can be Dominic.
The greatest North American champion, folks. I'm telling you right now.
No physicality, right?
But we are talking about my boy, Dominic Mysterio. He is going to become the new Intercontinental Champion. Mark it down. Tomorrow night at the Legion Stadium, me and Mr. 401 will be celebrating up and down the aisle in Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, anyway.
Now, we talk about what can happen after this match. What's interesting to me is Braun Breaker, right? Do they believe, because most people do believe, right? He's a can't miss future main event, the guy in this company. Does he transition right to Jey Uso? Or is that too soon?
I think it would be too soon.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it would be too soon. Unless you shake things up, or would you switch Braun to SmackDown? You know,
Well, we can do that too. We got we got a lot of that stuff.
right. We got a lot of those things coming up too. Right. So we'll see.
Yeah, they'll be talking about the draft probably in another month. So
Right.
who
The
knows?
hardest part, again, is somebody like Braun who's super talented, checks every box, right? What do you do with him so he doesn't get lost? Because if you're not going to take him to that next level with a title, what do you put him in? The same thing's going to happen at LA Knight, by the way. What are you going to do with these guys?
Yeah. It's a great problem to have, but it's a lot of problems.
Well, look,
Wealth of talent. That's where the booking comes in.
you're not wrong, peeps. You're not wrong. Fifth match, Priest McIntyre, Sin City Street Fight.
I actually got McIntyre winning this.
Same.
And the reason why that is I think they want to keep Drew strong for at least the next 6 months, because I have a feeling that he is going to still factor in to a championship feud main event at the top somewhere between now and, say, SummerSlam. So for that to happen, he's got to go into this match where his heel work has been just tremendous. You know, getting choke slammed through a windshield and saying, that's real glass, it's in my eye, walking around like a pirate, having the patch on his eye, and then basically saying the patch was just there for show, and then going at this feud has just continued to elevate. First of all, Priest has elevated himself, but even more so shows the dependability that Drew McIntyre has shown that he is going to be there. I think he's going to win this match.
Is the crowd slowly warming to Priest? Are we hearing more of a reaction for Priest than we have in the past? Because I feel like the pop, you know, when they walk through at the beginning of each show, right, and you hear some people get great reactions, some people minimal at best. Lately, I'm noticing a little uptick in the Priest reaction from the fans. So I don't know, maybe they're hearing that also. Am I wrong? You guys hearing that?
Great observation. I'll be honest with you. I really didn't truly pay that any mind. I mean, we'll get a sense a little bit. I mean, WrestleMania, at a stadium. But listen, Damien has been doing really good work. I mean, this feud, low key, has actually been really a very good feud. You know, they talked about their history. You know, from dating back to last year's WrestleMania up until now, everything has made sense. And I'm actually really looking forward to this street fight. And I think that they will beat the hell out of each other tomorrow. Yeah.
They've ratcheted up the physicality of each encounter that they've had from the time that this whole thing burgeoned, starting last year up until now. So I'm thinking that this is really going to be a real violent, competitive match. But I think that Drew is going to come out on top.
Man. No physicality.
He's lucky the lawyers are involved.
He's lucky. You son of a... Next match, please.
Randy Orton versus to be announced, right? Open challenge, peeps.
Oh, wait, this is happening? I didn't know that.
It is happening.
Surprising. What do you think?
Orton himself has said he's going to be there Sunday to face somebody. And the person that I personally think is going to be is Rusev. I think that this is where you debut him.
Oh my!
And you can bring him in, who everybody's been waiting for. I think it's been the worst kept secret in the WWE over the last couple of weeks. We know that Rusev is re-signed with WWE. It's a spot for WrestleMania. Why not bring him in a match with somebody that can actually use a big name to go against him as well?
But then they're gonna beat him though.
I think Rusev can handle a loss in a debut, considering who he's wrestling against. I don't like a debuting guy losing a match.
Tony Khan booking.
Nate,
Yeah.
exactly. You watch too much AEW there. That's a Tony Khan booking. No, you're not gonna bring in. I don't care if it's a Rusev or Aleister Black to take a RKO and lose at WrestleMania. Then you might as well say don't even bother showing up. No, that makes zero sense.
No.
So who do you think he's going to get in the ring with?
Nick, all this, or listen, I mean, even look. I said it last week, and I'll say it again. Would it be underwhelming? Yes, but I think Solo deserves a spot. It deserves a match at WrestleMania.
Of course.
Yeah, unless it's Jericho.
Well, then, in that case,
Can you smile one time?
smile. Don't push it, Chris.
Hey, excuse me. It's Mr. 4-1-1 live in studio. It's not studio, but it's that afternoon's main event.
Last match of WrestleMania.
You shut your mouth. The last match, the main event, and only Uncle Triple C and Mr. 4-1-1 can truly call. World Heavyweight Champion, WWE Champion, Cody Rhodes will be defending his title against the 16th time for the final time at WrestleMania for John Cena in the main event of Night 2 of WrestleMania. Mr. 4-1-1, take it away.
By the way, Tony Khan, WBD, we're allowed to run over. We're running over.
We are running over.
We're running over. It's amazing, right? And we'll draw a better rating.
All the time.
Right. I feel like I'm going to repeat myself here. We're going to get the kind of match that we don't know what's going to happen again.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know, and it's amazing. And a lot was said last night on SmackDown.
Right.
I know you guys can talk about that in a second. So in terms of where they go with this finish, does The Rock show up? Does someone else show up? Do we get – there's so many variables that go into this finish, and that's going to be will the match be good? I think the match is going to be okay. I don't think it'll be a great match, but it's, again, all about the finish, just like in the Night 1 main event. What happens, and it's a movie. We're going to see what happens.
Right.
I love it.
Yeah.
My prediction, I think Cena has to win, right? I don't know. What do you guys think?
I'm going to say this. Nate, I'm going to get to you in a second. Then you can give your prediction, Nate. Some way, somehow, we know that Travis Scott he's here this weekend, but we know also the final boss is not far behind either. And you know his name was dropped last night. Well, before you get to your predictions, Nate, what were your thoughts last night on the promo between Cody and John with The Rock's involvement as far as
their back and forth continues to be of the same mindset of Cena still going after the fans, but for the most part, it's why do you need the fans' permission to be great if all you have to really do is forget the fans and just do what you need to do? And Cena bringing up the fact that they would go ride around in the cars together when they were there for 2 years while Cody was on the roster, and talking about all of the things that they did and sitting under a learning tree, so to speak, trying to pick John Cena's brain and all of those kinds of comments. It still smacks of Cena versus the fans. And the fact that he name dropped The Rock twice during that promo battle back and forth leads you to believe that he's going to somehow, some way be involved. I don't know how. If they are really going for that shock value, things that we think may happen, it will probably be Cena winning number 17. But as I was thinking about this, my prediction for this.
Well, I mean, Nate, we'll get to your predictions in 1 second. You know, as he's giving us the middle salutes here, can you say something positive for once?
Yeah, bring something to the show.
Yeah.
Because you've done nothing today.
Cena's winning 17. I think that's only smart to say.
Give me your finish. Book your finish.
My finish.
Yeah, book it. Let's see what you got. Booker, man.
Obviously, I do a better job than Kevin Sullivan and you on any given day.
Let's hear it.
What happens today? What I'm about to tell you is exactly the finish of WrestleMania. Referee gets knocked out. All bets are off. Disqualification, none of that. Now it's free for all. Instantly, that's where we go ahead and we get Travis and Rock coming out to Cena's defense. Because as we heard from Cena yesterday, Cena says, you made this easy for me because the final boss gave you a choice and you told him to go F himself. You told him to get lost. And me knowing that this is the latter years of my career, I know that I need that extra push to go ahead and get what I want. And I know exactly what I want. So we know that by any implications, The Rock and Travis Scott are coming out tomorrow night. Upon them coming out, they're about to go ahead and get into the ring to attack Cody Rhodes. In comes Stone Cold Steve Austin. Glass will break at Allegiant Stadium. Oh, wow. I feel that he will go ahead and instead of Cody giving the receipt to Travis Scott, Stone Cold will be the one to give the receipt to Travis Scott, and Travis Scott will take a stunner. Right then and there, Rock and Austin will face off. With Rock trying to go ahead and battle it out, you will see hits going back and forth, but Stone Cold gets the last laugh. He stuns the final boss, goes ahead, he lifts up Cody, probably grabs a beer or something, leaves on the way out trying to go ahead and continue to attack The Rock. And as Cody's about to get up to do what he has to do, in comes John Cena with brass knuckles from his pocket. Stuns Cody Rhodes with the brass knuckles to the head. Attitude adjustment. The ref finally wakes up. Cena goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. John Cena is your new WWE champion.
Not bad. Not bad. Not bad.
Finally brought something to the show.
Right.
Only took an hour.
Hey, Nate, you want to give your prediction?
I'll give you my prediction. And
That's great. That's great. Yeah, I don't care.
Peace!
Nate, I mean, do I really need to hear what Nate thinks about the main event of WrestleMania?
Crap.
What'd you do that
Hit
for?
me. Hit me.
Nobody cares.
Hit me. Thank you. Of course. Folks, on this holiday of holidays will mark the end of Saturday afternoon's main event. Folks, happy WrestleMania weekend. Happy Easter Sunday.
Yeah.
This, my friends, has been a great show because why? Me and my pristine colleague, Mr. 411, live in flesh. Of course, I didn't care what the Peep Snake had to say, but he is a part of the show. Thank you, Mr. Peep Snake, for your insights. Actually, no, you don't care.
Yeah, no one cares.
Yes. For, of course, his tag team partner. Do you care to say anything?
You know what?
He needs a hug.
Timu Phenomenal one.
The T-Bone. Love it. Folks, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Remember, I have something important to say next week. Special announcement. But today, tonight, Stand and Deliver should be coming up or should be have started already. WrestleMania later on tonight, night 1, night 2, tomorrow night. Folks, I hope you guys have a great time. For Mr. 411, Peep Snake, piece of hot garbage over here. I am your uncle, Triple C, Mr. 411, because we are in flesh. We showed up. We broadcast.
That's it.
Thank you for the house. We will see you next week. This is Saturday afternoon main event.